Alright, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite YouTuber and vlogger. Right, so diving straight into this one. With the release of the Hero 12, GoPro have all but killed off the Hero 11. So in this video, I'm going to give you just like a couple of clear-cut examples as to why the Hero 11 is basically being killed off by a camera and by a company that's made a camera that is basically the exact same camera. Now, just before I go any further with this, I've already done a video where I've gone on about how the Hero 12 is essentially a hacked version of the Hero 11. Basically, the only real differences being firmware and software updates, both things which could have been applied to the Hero 11, because essentially what we've got are two cameras that have got the exact same GP2 processing unit and also the exact same sensor. So when you look at that GP2 processing unit, what you have to understand is that does the vast majority of all the electronic stuff inside the GoPro. It's not like the GoPro's got like a zillion other subcomponents going on. It doesn't. It's got minor subcomponents in there, but the vast majority of all the heavy lifting is done by the GP2 processor. So like I say, the combination of the GP2 processor and that particular sensor is essentially the GoPro. And bearing in mind that those two things appear on both the 11 and the 12, what real difference is there between those two cameras? Well, that difference is only firmware and software. And for people who don't know the difference between firmware and software, I will do a video about that shortly. But as far as these differences are concerned between the Hero 11 and the Hero 12, that is what is going to kill the Hero 11. So let me just give you a couple of examples of these new features on the Hero 12 that we could have had on the Hero 11, but we won't get. So the first one is going to be this new GoPro LOG thing, right? As if this is some big massive miracle that GoPro have come up with by putting some kind of a log format on the new Hero 12. Well, let me just explain something about log, and then this will explain to you why this could just have easily have been done on the Hero 11. So these log formats, all they are is just some kind of weird gamma curve that's chosen by the manufacturer. Now, when I say weird gamma curve, it just means a gamma curve that's not like anything specific to anything else. And then in order to deal with that gamma curve in post, you just kind of readjust that curve to your liking and bring it more in line with, say, a typical Rec 709 response. Now, the reason why these gamma curve things are nothing special is because they really are just a gamma setting within the camera, and these gamma settings are something that all cameras have to have inside them. So just putting this a bit simpler, outside of, say, specific HDR formats, for instance, which are going to be using the likes of, say, BT2020, so on and so forth, all the actual recorded footage that you will do on the vast majority of cameras is going to be just standard dynamic range. Now, in order for those things to play back properly on a television, for instance, we have to have a set standard for the gamma response, and that is Rec 709. So given that every single camera out there has to hard bake in a gamma response to basically correspond with what it's going to be getting played back on, as we can see there, the gamma thing's nothing special. All cameras have to do it. So if they are nothing special, why don't we have it already on the Hero 11? I wonder why, GoPro. So basically with this log thing anyway, yes, it is going to be useful to some people who like to mess about with log formats and stuff like that, but there is absolutely no reason why we could not have had this on the Hero 11, because it's on the Hero 12, and like I say, log formats are just nothing special anyway. Now let's use the example of these new formats, which are going to be great for all you balloons out there who do TikTok. So from now on, you don't have to do that with a Hero 12 in order to do portrait video. You can leave the camera orientated like that and do portrait video. Wow, what an update. But seriously, all that new update requires is for the reading out of the sensor to be done in a different part of the sensor. It's not difficult, it's not rocket science or anything like that. So again, there goes another function that we could have had on the Hero 11. Now, outside of those two particular examples there are a ton of other examples we could talk about, because during that release video and stuff, GoPro were making out like that there was zillions of updates applied to the Hero 12, when in fact these are basically embellishments of what's already on the 11. So basically fine-tuning stuff and things like that, you know what I mean, which all could have been done on the 11. Now, the one thing as well that I want to mention here is something that's my really good YouTube buddy Kevin Muldoon mentioned in a comment the other day. Now, I want to mention Kevin here. Do not tar Kevin with the same brush as me. Kevin is a very reasonable YouTuber who's a lot more diplomatic in the way he says things than I am, so don't confuse him for some lunatic like me. Anyway, so what Kevin basically said was, maybe GoPro have been sitting on a lot of stuff for the last 12 months. Well, I'm going to go one beyond what Kevin's reasonable suggestion has said and absolutely nail it to the masts. GoPro definitely have been sitting on stuff over the last 12 months that they could have applied to the Hero 11. Now, I think the reason why they've done this is because GoPro have not been doing enough with R&D to innovate for a new camera, as in the 12. So what I think here is that cynically and very cynically, at the outset of the Hero 11, I think that GoPro already knew that they were not going to be making major changes for the Hero 12. So here's what I think has happened at GoPro. There's some guy called Steve in the R&D department going, Mr. GoPro, do you realize what we could do with this Hero 11? And it's totally going to blow the socks off the users. And then Mr. GoPro turns around and goes, hold on a minute, Steve. Sorry, mate, get on the page. I know you've only been working at GoPro for 5 minutes, but that's not how we do things. So Mr. GoPro has basically said, no, Steve, hold on to that, because do you know what? We're not going to do any innovation for the Hero 12, and all those ideas you've just come up with there that we could do with the Hero 11, we're going to hold on to them until the 12 comes out, and we're just going to blag people that the Hero 12 is a new camera. So the end result to all this is this. Do you seriously think that GoPro are going to apply future updates to the Hero 11 with functions that they bring backwards from the Hero 12? Of course not. We're talking about a bunch of clowns at GoPro here, and we all know that they've got form for these things. There is no way that they are going to do anything to keep you, Hero 11 customers, happy. What they're going to do is have you getting really upset about all these new functions on the Hero 12, which will at some point probably force you into buying that 12 just to get those very same functions that you could have had on your Hero 11. Okay, that'll do it for this video then, and hopefully this has give you some insights as to really how nefarious this GoPro Hero 12 Black release really has been by GoPro. Now, if you've liked this video, please do give us a thumbs up. A sub to the channel would be absolutely awesome, and click on that bell notification icon for more similar videos to this one as well. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.